Hey, welcome to our kitchen. So I've been in the kitchen pretty much all morning. If you're interested, I'm canning some sausage right now. So look out for that. But today, I also wanted to share what I'm doing in the kitchen as far as making like a natural antibiotic. And we're going to freeze dry it. So you're going to see what that all of that entails. So if you've never heard of a freeze dryer, it's a machine that it comes with trays and you put your food in trays and stick it in the machine, and it basically takes all the moisture out of your food, and then you can preserve it for a long period of time. So say you have leftover soup, put it in the freeze dryer, and then when you want to eat it, then you just put a little bit of water to reconstitute it. I love the freeze dryer because it's just another way to preserve food. And it's kind of like a dehydrator in a sense, but with dehydration, you don't keep all of that nutritional value. Even in canning, you lose some. So with the freeze dryer, when you do it properly, it keeps like 98% of that nutritional value of that food. So we love it. We've been using it for years. We made our own garlic powder before, which I'm going to be doing again. We found this at Sam's Club, and this is organic from the USA. You don't want to get it from China. So keep a lookout for that. It was a very good deal, and I didn't have to peel them because that would take forever. I've done that before. Our last batch that we freeze dried, it took me forever to peel all those garlic. Okay, so how do I make the antibiotic? This is not going to replace, doctor care, but it's something good to have on hand to take to boost your immune system. And you've seen my video about the Firesider tonic or recipe that I make. That's wonderful to have on the shelf, and that lasts years as well. So I'm just showing you kind of different ways that you can be proactive. So basically, it's the same recipe as a fire cider. So I have all of my ingredients, all the herbs and everything, soaking in water with vinegar and a little bit of thieves. I'm going to keep the skin on because that, like for the ginger and the horseradish, because that has a lot of value in the skin itself. So that's why you really want to soak all of your produce really good. I'll rinse it, and I'm going to use the whole lemon. Actually, you're doing the whole lemon in the blender is wonderful and is so good for you. I'm going to try to incorporate that into my regimen because using the whole lemon has so many good health benefits. So that's what I'm going to do. So basically, it's the same. We're going to have onion, horseradish root. I couldn't find fresh turmeric, so I'm going to use ground turmeric. Black pepper helps your body absorb the turmeric. So I'm going to add some of that. Of course, the jalapenos, herbs that I could find. I got rosemary, parsley, oregano. We got lots of ginger, jalapenos, and lemon, and apple cider vinegar. So I'm going to blend everything, and then once it freeze dries, I'm going to blend it again to make this really fine powder. Then you can make capsules as needed. So I love all of these ingredients because they have lots of different properties. Using antibiotics is very life-saving, but it does come with some side effects. So if you wanted to try to incorporate this, most of this has anti-inflammatory. It's an expectorant, which helps break down the mucus. It helps to relieve pain, like the cayenne pepper and the ginger. Ginger is really good for soothing your stomach. Of course, the lemon has lots of vitamin C. All the herbs are really good. So any herb that you like, you can just throw in there. But this is kind of my go-to recipe. Okay, so I think I'm going to do 3 tablespoons of the ground turmeric. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that in the blender. I'm going to do a tablespoon of black pepper, again, to help absorb the turmeric. I think I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of cayenne pepper. And again, you're going to make capsules if you need to take this, and this is going to make a lot. You can actually put it in the oven or use a dehydrator, but I've never done that. So I guess you would have to do some research on that. But I wanted to give you the measurements of that. I'm going to put everything in the blender, and then I'm going to add enough of the apple cider vinegar just to make it the consistency that I want. And then I'll show you what it looks like. So this is the consistency that I'm okay with, because like I said, after it freeze dries, I'm going to go ahead and blend it again. So I used pretty much more than half of the apple cider vinegar to get it to this point. All right, so this is the freeze dryer. It's made by Harvest Right. Harvest Right. So, like I said, we got a large, and there's a valve on the side. You push up. So, we got to add the trays. So that's the antibiotic that I made. I'm going to put the trays in for the milk or the whey, and then I put the whey in a pitcher so I can easily just pour it. Hey, so this is what it looks like after it comes out of the freeze dryer. So I have the garlic. They're very dry. So I'm going to put them in the blender. And here's the ginger. I'm going to do the same. I'm probably just going to pulse it up. But if you can hear them, they're like powder. Here's the whey. So I just got home from the office. So my mom this morning put them in a Ziploc with the O2 just so I can get home. This is the whey powder, and it just looks like flakes. What I'm going to probably do, you can leave it as is and just powder it through the blender, and then you have your own whey powder. I did try to add some cocoa last time we did it, and it was pretty good, so I might do a little bit of that as well. And then here is the antibiotic. It's very strong. You can see all that turmeric. Yeah. So I'm gonna do this last because it's gonna be very potent in the blender. And then what I'm gonna do with that, put it in little bags. This is a Mylar bag, and I forget the thickness, but you just label what it is and put a new O2 absorber in there. And then I use a flat iron to seal them. So with proper freeze dried food, and the way you seal them up, they can last up to 25 years. So that's why I like making different things, different like herbal remedies and things like that, just to have on hand. And then you can save money and do your own garlic powder. So let me get busy on that. Okay, so we're gonna seal, and this will clean out your sinuses, boy. Because I guess it's all the turmeric and the ginger. It's like really stout. So flat iron, just go at the top, count a few seconds, and just seal. That's all. Super easy. Like I said, we've done many soups. We've tried a lot of cool things. So if you're interested, you should get one. Save up the money. It's worth the investment. But it's just another cool way to preserve your food. And you can make cool things like your herbal remedies and things like that. So you just want to make sure it seals. And then the O2 absorber package, you always want to do that last, because you don't want it to have, you want to open the O2 absorber last and hurry up and fill your bags, and then go ahead and seal that bag real quick to keep them fresh. So I just thought you guys would find it interesting, kind of seeing the freeze dryer. I'm sure I'll bring you along some other time if you have any questions or ideas, or there any particular thing that you would like to see me preserve, as far as like canning and or freeze drying. You just let me know. All right. We'll talk to you later. Have a good day. Bye.